Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum W.B.T to Madam Shamifina. I hope you are doing well. So today our group are going to do the oral presentation to talk our draft paper, and our topic is why virtual classroom is better than traditional classroom. So before we start, we are going to introduce ourselves. My name is Atiqah binti Fua'ad.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nuramyra Natasha, binti Ismaluddin.
Hi and Assalamualaikum W.B.T. My name is Farzana Alia binti Sanori.
In this new normal era, virtual classroom has been a common theme in educational institutions since technologies has enabled everyone, including teachers and students, to have live interaction without having face-to-face meeting like traditional classroom. As you can see at this moment, we are all doing virtual classroom. Like for example, right now, I'm talking to the camera presenting my oral presentation because I cannot present it at my university because all university have been shut down due to the COVID-19 outbreak. And we can see many educational institutions such as school and universities have taken the alternative to do virtual classroom to replace the usual traditional classroom. Even kindergarten also use Google Classroom with parental supervision. For this reason, it was found acceptable to replace the traditional classroom with the virtual classroom, and there are so many benefits that we can get from it. In this topic, we would like to talk about why virtual classroom is better than traditional classroom. Although traditional classroom does provide better understandings to students, virtual classroom are the best alternative methods that can be used especially for students to earn credit through long-distance learning. For example, right now, all students are required to do the assessment by e-learning in order to earn their credits. Virtual classroom is more effective compared to a traditional classroom because it makes learning easier and convenient. It has the best technology to make learning easy to be accessed anywhere and anytime. The existence of virtual classrooms have made it possible for many students to engage in virtual learning by bringing them closer to teachers, making it easier for the students to ask questions about the topic that they don't understand. It also serves as a field for students to study in the event of limited movement of an individual, such as disability, illness, natural disaster, or pandemic. Before we go further to talk about our topic, I would like to talk about the definition of virtual classroom. So what is virtual classroom? Virtual classroom is a teaching and learning environment located within a computer-mediated communication system. According to Paul Chin, the author of the book Using C and IT to Support Teaching, virtual learning environment is an online web environment where various tools are provided for teachers and students to facilitate the learning environment. The feature of virtual classroom is the type of education that have the delivery format that come in several names such as e-learning, internet learning, distributed learning, network learning, telelearning, virtual learning, or web-based learning. In Malaysia, virtual classroom in university are widely known as e-learning, which can be accessed by every student and lecturer. For example, all students in UTM are required using e-learning by using their asset account in my.utm.my portal.
Learning through virtual classroom are not the same as traditional classroom since a virtual classroom have many benefits than the other. One, self-conscious student who teacher might never been asked question before might have more courage to involve in the learning process, such as through polling or quizzing. Online learning also can give student ability to build skill through demonstrate error and model correct behavior. Due to the national health crisis nowadays, we students and even the teachers are scattered all over the country and practicing social distancing. It might be sound impossible to have learning sessions since we are not in the same room, right? But with a virtual classroom, it's enabled to connect us while implementing distant education will provide more access to learning environment anytime and anywhere. Next, We all have different background and stories in this world. Even though one person and the other have stories that are similar, but it is not the same. There are students who are short in money but still want to pursue their studies. In this case, virtual classrooms are more beneficial to them since they can save accommodation fees, transportation, and other living expenses that need to go through the traditional college experience. My next argument is that virtual classrooms are also known to be more effective and efficient, as said by Alice and Goodyear in 2013. They stated that the virtual class is a rolling present class that runs all the time 7 days a week. Each student has the ability to review and reread at their leisure and convenient time. For example, uploading teaching material on the web and adding some online discussion activities can be the main advantage for all students as they can review and edit later. Now, we are going to talk about the disadvantages of the traditional class. Different people, different way of learning, am I right? Even though it is common for someone, or we should say a student, to learn in a classroom, but some of them are not. Most of the students easily get bored or distracted in class, which may cause them to act, misbehave, and annoy the others. In 2014, Liu and Long once stated that traditional classroom might hold back students' personality and creativity, and also ignoring student initiative and potential, which may cause students to be uninterested in the class. Traditional classrooms are also cost demanding, whereby all the textbooks and other school items are quite pricey. As we all know, traditional classroom always consist of listening and talking, and sometimes reading the handouts or writing on the board, which students between 12 until 18 can be devoted to. However, the case will be different to students with family and jobs. They need to travel some distance or be distant education learners.
The conclusion of the term paper based on what my teammates have been mentioned and reinforced that the fact that virtual classroom is more beneficial than traditional classroom. So I'm gonna summarize it here. With the e-learning platform, students can access the resource and activity with flexible time. It can be anywhere, anytime, and they can rewatch it again to get understanding better on their personal pace. This concept motivates students to increase their passion in studies because the interaction is different from the traditional classroom. As we all know that traditional classroom require face-to-face interaction and it's require a physically presenting. But why don't students try different from what they usually did? Because they only live once, so they need to be more extraordinary and getting something that out of their comfort zone. So virtual classroom is one of the things that they should be trying. According to Rafidi, the reporter of the New Straits Times, the education and technology revolution has become more versatile and offerable. This means that innovation with technology not only make it easier and fun for students to learn, but also it's much better and suitable for this 21st century because it's more advanced, more versatile, and more skillful. In addition, with the optimal technology and rapidly expanding virtual classroom, one day virtual classroom will be able to replace the traditional classroom. To conclude this presentation, how do you think about virtual classroom? Is it better than traditional classroom? Do you agree with that? Do you think that these virtual classrooms should be implemented to all universities in Malaysia, or maybe secondary school and primary school should join this platform. With the advance and technology nowadays, we can use software and also internet. We can use internet or also software like Skype, Webex, and many more, or maybe Zoom, to interact with people. As we all know that 5G is under development and it's believed to be more faster and more efficient than 4G, we think that that will be more extraordinary in the future, because 5G is not only interconnect people, but 5G also interconnect with device and interconnect and control device and machine. With all the reasons that we have already mentioned just now, we are all strongly agree with our argumentative topic that virtual classroom is better than traditional classroom. So that's it from us today. Thank you, thank you, and Assalamualaikum. Stay safe and stay at home. Bye-bye.